Hey guys, it's Eric over here at Fighting in Words. It's been a while, hasn't it? So I thought I would get back into old YouTube again. It's been quite some time, you know. But I like the format, and I think I would just dip back in, do a few things, and see how it goes for a while. I'm just a random dude, chopping my idea out there like almost everybody in the world is. So hey, why not be one more of the screaming horde, huh? Anyway, so yeah, of course, apologies again to everyone, all of the maybe dozens of people who saw my earlier work. It's been some time, but I hope everybody still, any of you y'all dozens, like what I did. It's gonna be a bit of some changes. I'm gonna be addressing that. I'm gonna quickly touch on basically, you know, why I took a break. Just real quickly touch on. It'll be probably the shortest part, and then I'll hit on. If you guys have been following me on other social media accounts, you might know that I've been doing some political change recently, the last year plus, and I figure, you know, right now is about the time to address it on this platform. I'll address it on other platforms as well, but I'll just hit on it right here. So yeah, basically the break, as far as that's concerned, it's primarily personal stuff, you know, finances, family, things like that. My own derpy brain, trying to make it all work together somehow, do this adult thing. But man, I'm almost 30, man. I got a lot to work on, but hey, I'll do my best. Anyway, I'm really sorry for letting anybody down, and you know, anyone who thought I was doing interesting stuff and enjoyed it, they've probably seen some changes. You know, I'm not gonna say I don't understand why someone would change what's from watching me. I've changed who I follow on some social media accounts through my own personal changes, but if you want to stick around to get an opposing view, I would appreciate it, but if not, I totally understand. No hard feelings. And, oh yeah, scheduling. So probably looking like about like the next month or two, I want to ramp up to about one video per week. One per week. Let's hope for that. Okay. Now, that's pretty much all the flim-flam. Anything else? Let's see. Is that all the maintenance type of stuff? Basic, you know, admin. Let's see. Oh yeah. So political change. Let's stick on that. So yeah, I've said other social media accounts. Some of y'all might recognize that I've gone through some changes, or maybe you've already heard some of these details. But as far as the YouTube peeps are concerned, let me just say that things have not been easy, but it's been kind of necessary stuff. And some of these changes were probably going to happen anyway, given just, you know, my values and the inflexibility of other people's values and choices. And that's, you know, it's unfortunate, but that's what has to happen sometimes. Yeah, basically, long and short of it is, you know, I was with the Proud Boys. If you see my earlier, I think my last video from 2018, I was wearing like a t-shirt with their branding on it. I was a member out in my local county out here of California, Orange, from that chapter for close to a year. There were some ups and downs, and unfortunately, things didn't work out. I got the boot. And as anyone who's tried to talk to me on social media who's being honest knows that I've tried to work with the guys and improve the organization in my limited capacity. But apparently that wasn't appreciated by certain members, especially in leadership positions. And Proud Boys didn't appreciate that. And they made their decision. I have to live with it. And I've been doing my best to do that. It did kind of force me to kind of check my head, you know, about how realistic I was being about expecting certain things, certain reforms, or certain tightening of focus type of things, and just general discipline that I wanted to see from the guys. I know I'm far from perfect, but just some basic things I wanted to see that weren't getting done as regularly as I would like. But in any event, it really sucked, and basically anybody who was following me, who thought, oh, that guy seems reasonable, he's a Proud Boy, you know, maybe they're all as reasonable as him. Well, I'll just say there are other reasonable people who I met who I know are, as of fairly recently, or probably still in. So I can speak for maybe a couple people that seemed reasonable. You know, if they post anything that's super crazy or do anything, let me know. But it seems more so like reasonable people who I think, being a little bit generous about myself, I think I'm a fairly reasonable guy. I'm disappointed to say, but unfortunately the reasonable people are not running this ship. There's far too many grifters, extremists, bigots, just outright political thugs who are getting the softball handling or outright endorsed by certain leadership people, both inside and outside of the organization. And that's the kind of thing where, yeah, we bash on the left a lot. That was our thing of the Proud Boys, besides being Western chauvinists and other things. We're a men's club and we oppose the left. A lot of anti-leftism. By that I mean, anti-left in general. Focus. You know, there's a lot of things I would have expected when I was first starting out that from the left that the Proud Boys were doing, and well, to another extent the GOP, but that's a whole nother video. I'll still vote for the GOP, I don't know, but probably voting Dem because I'm just tired of the BS. As far as the presidential is concerned, I mean, local elections will go by what's, you know, who's running in the situation. But basically, yeah, to anybody thinking about joining the Proud Boys or thought maybe for me they should, I would say seriously reconsider that decision at this point. You know, if you know anybody who's still in, maybe kind of check their head. There's a lot out there already. A lot of it's bullshit, but there is actually a lot of really dubious behaviors and words that have been put out there. That is out there on social media. Maybe I'll do a longer video about it, but I'm honestly trying to move on in my life and not let that unfortunate decision that I made dominate too much of my time. Because there are other political issues that are bigger than this club that I was a part of. Though granted, yeah, they cause a lot of their own issues, and I try to be more critical about them, as I feel I have some debt to them, minor though it may be, and the organization sticking around, so I did put in at least a year, almost a year of effort with them. But yeah, anyone who's still in, who still thinks there's someone saying it wouldn't fall into any of the, 4+ categories I made earlier of negative behavior or beliefs, I would seriously reconsider what you're doing with your organization. If your chapter is mostly full of sane people, I would strongly suggest banding up the sane people and saying, you know what, we need to either, you know, demand more of our higher leadership, you know, up the chain of command and get some real changes, or we need to split off and do our own thing, and then take some real lessons learned from what happened. You know, I've stored some stuff, but I hate even wasting time with this whole thing, but I'm just deeply frustrated. I put my name out there with these people, and there's been so many disappointing things, both while I was in and when I got out from the Proud Boys and other right-wing activists in the MAGA movement. That's a whole other longer video, but just very frustrated at what's happened. And I don't want anyone else to go through that same frustration, or God forbid you actually like do something really stupid and get influenced by any of the really negative actors out there. You know, to do something stupid yourself and get messed up. You know, like we just had nothing. I don't think I've seen any problem. Well, I don't think I've seen anything probably to this extreme. But there was like a left libertarian anarchist who tried to attack an ICE facility. I think that extreme. I mean, how many people influenced that person think that was a reasonable course of action considering the current context? You know, if I was one of those people, I would really think twice about what I've been talking to people about. people that were influenced by what I've been doing to make someone think that was a reasonable course of action, given our present circumstance and their circumstances, of course. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm still conflicted about a lot of things. It's been over a year, and I'm still pretty conflicted about a lot of things, but that's where I'm at right now, in short, for this time. Anyway, I'd like just to be thankful to everybody who's been supportive, who knows a little bit about what I've been going through, and has been trying to be supportive and see me kind of develop, kind of question some of the bad behaviors and ideas that were floating around. I think I've always been fairly sensible, and I was always questioning things from the beginning, but there's people that helped me out, so I appreciate that. There are left and right wing people too, both sides of the spectrum to a greater or lesser degree, so props. Y'all know who you are, I hope. Hopefully I'm not, surprising you with that now. But in short, yeah, that's all I'll touch on there. I'm not trying to go reverse Dave Rubin here. No, the right's terrible. Oh, I agree with everything the left says now because I'm the right. Some people on the right I disagree with, and I feel isolated from them. Yeah, no, I'm not going to follow in that path if I can avoid it. And yeah, I'm still libertarian right in many ways. Maybe not as extreme, obviously, as some folks. But yeah, as far as the populist right and the MAGA movement and a lot of people in that sphere, I'm less enthused than I used to be easily a year ago. And hopeful that there'll be positive things, Trump among them, and I don't want to ramble too much. All I'll say that is, final thoughts. I've got some interesting ideas for content coming up in the future. I want to try and focus on local politics here in Orange County. But of course, it's going to be flashpoint issues that have a national, international origin that I'll probably want to talk about. And if you're new to my channel or new to me, I do try to find as authoritative sources as possible, but I am not a political scientist. I'm not a political science major, a social science major. I'm talking social and political issues. If you find a more authoritative source that contradicts what I'm saying, please let me know. I don't want to be spreading misinformation. I don't dig that shit. So please let me know if you see something. It's better than, that person's an idiot and they don't know. Look, there's certain people that just don't understand the issues because they're misinformed. I don't want to be one of those people as much as possible. I hope my audience doesn't as well. Let's all learn from each other, right? That's what the internet's about, at least in theory. So yeah, it's fighting words signing out for now. Hope you guys appreciate a little bit of what I've said. If anything I said sparks an idea, please let me know. Like I said, please provide sources if you want to correct me on anything. I would really appreciate it. Just trying to figure out life as I go along. Signing out for now. Take care.